Have you ever had a late night moment where you stare into the dark and wonder if your baseline choices in life are deeply wrong? Many of us have adopted a modern perspective where being a good person feels entirely optional. We treat morality as a highly situational guideline, something we can pick up or drop depending on the convenience of the moment. The internal rationalization is usually simple. As long as you avoid detection, or simply mind your own business, a little ethical corner cutting is acceptable. We use the chaotic lives of everyone else as a justification for our own lack of action. This widespread sense of moral ambiguity functions as a constructed psychological shield. It serves a specific purpose, hiding us from our own accountability. Evolutionary biology provides the first hard crack in that shield. Research on human infants, who have no concept of social rules or language, shows they already possess a clear ability to distinguish between helpful and harmful actions. They consistently show a preference for individuals who assist others over those who cause harm. By the time we reach toddlerhood, we instinctively assist others without any expectation of a reward. This suggests that the impulse toward goodness predates socialization. It is a feature of our hardware, not a software update from society. This behavior is an evolutionary survival mechanism. An innate recognition of fairness and kindness was biologically hardwired into our species to ensure the group didn't fracture. Cooperation meant survival. Harm meant isolation. You are born with a primal moral baseline. No matter how much we claim to be figuring it out, we did not enter this world in a state of moral confusion. If we possess this internal biological compass from birth, we have to account for why adult society is so saturated with unethical behavior. The answer lies in the specific pressures of adult life: financial strain, chronic stress, ego protection, and fear. These forces don't actually delete our knowledge of right and wrong. Instead, they provide us with a constant incentive to suppress those signals. We spend years training ourselves to ignore the very things our biology recognizes as true. Moral failure in adulthood represents an active, ongoing process of unlearning. We are systematically silencing the innate hardware we were born with to make life's external pressures more bearable. Consider the workplace scenario where you can cheat a system for a personal gain. You might tell yourself nobody will ever know, but the internal tension you feel is the proof that you already recognize the act as a violation. In relationships, we often lie to avoid a conflict. This is a direct, conscious trade. You are sacrificing truth for the immediate comfort of a quiet afternoon. Financial shortcuts work the same way. Taking advantage of a loophole for fast money prioritizes a momentary rush of excitement over the long-term existential weight of knowing you exploited someone. Even walking past someone in need is a deliberate choice. When we tell ourselves, "It's not my problem," we are making a calculated behavioral decision to override our natural impulse to assist. Every one of these daily scenarios leads to the same hard truth. We are rarely confused about which path is right. We are simply choosing which side of ourselves to follow. But ignoring that biological compass carries a hidden cost. We assume we understand the rules of the universe, yet the absolute truth of what happens after we die remains a total mystery. Humanity has spent millennia guessing at the aftermath: heaven, hell, karma, or absolute nothingness. Yet we have zero verifiable data to confirm any of them. This lack of data means that every moral choice we make is actually a high-stakes gamble. Because we don't know the final outcome, every action carries an unquantifiable existential risk. Living a life devoid of morality requires you to bet everything on a single assumption: that the universe has no memory and no absolute consequences. It is a massive wager placed on a total void. We are left with a choice between two pieces of evidence. We have biological proof of our internal compass, and we have zero proof regarding the ultimate end of our lives. Treated as a risk assessment framework, the logic is clear. We weigh our known biological hardware against an unknown cosmic void. Mathematically, with unknown risks, the highest probability of a positive outcome comes from following our innate compass. This creates an existential safety zone. Choosing goodness functions as the safest possible decision a human being can make. It aligns our behavior with our verified biology, while protecting us against the infinite risks of an uncertain universe.
If life forces us to wager on the unknown, betting against your own biological sense of right and wrong is the only truly illogical move.